Hi wrestling fans, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Remember, it's very important that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you like these videos. It really helps out the channel, and we appreciate your support. Thanks a lot.
We got him up here.
I like how they tell somebody you're coming back on the air, right?
Well, he told us.
Oh,
You was talking, you wasn't listening.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about some secret
I have to take
stuff
up for
here.
Scott on that one.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the phones. We got Eddie here with us now, and he's going to help me run our mouths a little bit so I don't have to do all the talking myself. Appreciate you.
All right.
First, where have you been?
Where have I been? Working mostly.
Working. Eddie's staying on the go.
Man, I got to get some Christmas presents, man.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Eddie. What you
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Not much. No, this is, don't you?
Yeah, we know who it is. It's
I can't remember your name, but I know who you are.
You heard from David yet this morning?
No, sure hadn't. I've been carrying around one of his tapes for about 3 weeks. I keep bringing it up here with me. I don't never see it.
He must be working or something. He usually calls, like first, second calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's been busy. So, you think Piper's gonna beat Hogan?
I honestly think. I mean,
I think he will.
Piper's on a mission, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like on this Blues Brothers mission. He just cannot.
Don't think it won't be controversial, though. It's going to be a lot of controversy in whatever
Exactly.
I
happens.
think that's the way WCW wants it to be because Hogan doesn't want to take on the Giant again.
No.
Now she get the next title shot. That's the way they want it.
I tell you what, it's going to be a heck of a match.
It's gonna be. It ain't gonna be a wrestling match.
It's gonna be a brawl. That's all Piper ever
I didn't
does.
say
is
wrestling
brawl.
match, I said match.
Yeah, he just said match.
Even though they're both kind of over the hill, you know, but it's saying it's been brewing for so long. Even though they're both over the hill, it's still going to be a good match.
That's right. The match to sell the score.
I'm not. Now Hogan's not that great a wrestler. Any match Piper's in is going to be interesting. That's just the way it is.
Hey, we got clips, man. We want to show this week too. We're gonna show some clips from some shows that the AIWF's doing.
I seen you a clip last week with Bad Brad and that girl.
I want to see
That
that.
was
I didn't see
unreal.
that.
That was. We didn't show. We had to edit out a lot of that match. I mean, for reasons that you just. I mean, you just can't show stuff like that on television.
That was a big girl, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just like
I
185.
should've saw her. She's
Joni
big.
Lee, man, it's unreal. Hey, here we go. Now, there's a new team in the AIWF, and right there's one of them. That's Cyclone. Now, he has come in, and him and the Black Knight has teamed up, and they have took over as the biggest team in the AIWF right now. Now, you tell me that ain't a couple of big old hosses right there. The Black Knight and Cyclone, the newest team in the AIWF.
The Don finds up with their tag team partner.
Yes, that is Smiling Diamond Dave, who is hooked up with Dangerous Don Carson. They are, you can call them the new TVA, but you don't have to call them the new TVA.
They're
because
really the old TVA.
yeah, they're really the old TVA. Smiling Diamond Dave come back into the AIWF. He had some problems, which he claims were problems with Johnny Reb and the good old boy. And so next thing you know, boom, that was Don Carson's big announcement that he was going to make up here at Martinsville that time. That Smiling Diamond Dave has been re-inducted into the
I didn't
TVA.
think about that, and I thought it'd be the Don believing to go with Sebastian Kane.
That's what a lot of people thought. They thought that Don Carson was going to give up the title, going to give up the heavyweight title, and move on out of the AIWF, but he didn't. He brought back Smiling Diamond Dave into the TVA.
Now, I've heard something now. We want to get into this Sebastian thing. I heard he's been roaming around some of our arenas a little bit.
Yeah, he was spotted. Sebastian Kane was spotted at the last Mount Airy show. But this was like 3 or 4 hours before the show even started. And by showtime, he was gone. Evidently, he got scared and left.
Does that mean Sebastian might be coming back?
No, Sebastian will definitely not be coming back because the AIWF has... they have made a statement that he will, that they have got, he is gone. They've tore up any contract. They're refusing any negotiations with him.
Did he leave because they wanted him to leave, or did he leave on his own free will?
He left on his own free will.
See, now he wants to try to candy coat and come back, but
Yeah, it won't happen.
AIWF's going to have to.
It won't happen. Even Dangerous Don
Let him come
Carson
back.
has made a statement that he does not want Sebastian Kane back.
Why? Because Sebastian left him like he did?
He left him hanging, man.
All right, I'm going to let y'all go.
All right, man, thanks a lot. The Black Knight and Cyclone, I mean, these two guys, all right, we're looking at two guys about 6'3", 6'4" apiece.
Cyclone is huge. So is the Black Knight.
We're talking 280, 290 pounds apiece. These guys are not small. You see, Robert Roma is even back with a TVA on a more regular basis. Now, what happened with that? I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with Sebastian. Remember, Robert was gone, and now he's come back. So
check it out. Up in the.
Hello, you're on the air.
What's up, Rick Diesel?
What's happening?
Not much. I hear you looking for Neil Leathers.
Everybody's been wondering where Neil Leathers has been.
Don't nobody need to worry about him. He's taking care of business.
Okay.
Where's he taking care of business at?
What I want to know is this show about the AIWF or is it about WCW or WWF?
This show is mainly about the AIWF, but unlike other so-called talk shows that has live call-ins, we don't cut the fans off when they want to talk about something else, because the fans come first in this organization. But I mean, we'd rather for them to talk about the AIWF. As a matter of fact, I'm not supposed to be taking calls of anything other than the AIWF, because if people remember not long ago that the AIWF sent that memo down saying there was a new rule, we couldn't talk about nothing but the AIWF, but I've renegaded against that like I always do.
Like we always do.
All I got to say is I got a message from your buddy Neil Leathers.
All right.
He said, don't worry about him. He said, Gordon, he was a trainee when he was wrestling King Cobra. He's sick and tired of losing. And he said, the next time y'all see him, it's going to be a whole different ball game.
Okay. That's what, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. What?
All right, I guess. What's that supposed to mean? Is he like going into super training or?
Well, let's just say he's going back to his roots.
So he's going back to his hometown, I guess you could say.
He's
kind of giving it away there, aren't you? A little bit.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what the man wanted me to tell you. And he said, good luck.
All right, then.
All right, then.
Hey, I ain't gonna get Neil Leathers. He wants,
he
wants to go back home and get back to his roots.
I tell you.
Neil
Leathers cheated me out of the lightweight title. Okay, when I had King Cobra in North Wilkesboro, you was there, you seen it. Neil Leathers cheated me out of my lightweight title shot. Okay, that's fine, Neil Leathers. You come on into the AIWF with your different attitude. Just don't cross Rick Diesel again. You fooled me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, God help you. That's just the way I take it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Plus, I've got Eddie, you haven't heard this, but it's come down from the top offices now, all right? The AIWF, the new AIWF TV title, okay?
That's what
the television champion
for a long time.
The television title will be determined on December 28th in Mount Airy.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have the camera there. We're going to bring back footage of that. We got to. Got to.
Okay. They have sent down the two participants in that match. They have chosen who will go after the new TV title on December 28th. Rick Diesel and Major Havoc.
Oh.
That's going to be the two wrestlers that will wrestle for the TV title.
How do they determine this? They pulled out of a hat? Or?
No, they just picked two of the top contenders. I tell you exactly. They told me why they picked me, because I am on TV. Okay, I represent the AIWF on TV, so they figured I deserved the first shot at the new title. They also added a stipulation to that match. It's going to be a ladder match for the TV title in Mount Airy on the 28th at Veterans Park. Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's happening?
I just got a comment.
All right.
More like a question.
Okay.
How long is it going to be until you work up enough nerve to invite Don Carson on the show?
Well, they have lifted Don Carson's ban off TV. He was banned off of TV for a while. They have lifted the ban off of Don Carson. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he's reorganized the TVA, and they want to know what's going on. So they've lifted the ban off of Don Carson on TV. So we'll see what we can do about getting him up here as soon as possible.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Well.
Don Carson fan.
Yeah, well,
that's unusual.
You know as well as I do that Carson was banned off TV for all the stuff that he pulled not long ago with trying to, Charles was going to give him his own show. He backstabbed Charles, and that was just something that they wouldn't put up with. Charles banned him off the TV up here, said didn't want him in the station. But now he's reorganized the TVA, brought Robert Roma in a little closer, brought back Smiling Diamond Dave. And the AIWF is really curious about what's going through Don Carson's mind after all the changes that's went on in his wrestling career.
Isn't he defending the heavyweight title on the 28th?
Yes, he is defending the heavyweight title on the 28th against Dynamite Doug.
He's kind of. I tell you what, it's kind of like wrestling you up here in Martinsville, because Dynamite Doug is like super popular.
He is super popular,
and
popular in Mount Airy.
He's
super
really,
popular.
I'll tell you what, if anything else, he's going to have the fans on his side. Anyway.
They're also going to have another element. They're also going to have the ring surrounded by wrestlers with leather straps, because it's a lumberjack strap match for the heavyweight title in Mount Airy. Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, who's the WCW star that Gene Oakland was talking about? It was tired of the way things was going, instead of retiring or leaving to another federation.
The way things are looking right now, it's going to be Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. He's supposed to be making his debut in WCW sometime after the first of the year.
He used his real name too, probably.
And what happened with Rick Rude? They're talking about him going to WWF, and then that talk just died out.
Rick Rude has more or less decided he's going to stay in retirement, so that's what he's concerned about. I mean, he's maybe later on he'll come back into the world of professional wrestling, but as of right now, from what I've heard, the last I heard, he had no intentions whatsoever of coming back.
All right, thank you.
All right.
I think he's home for a commercial. So.
Yeah, we got to take a quick commercial, but we'll be right back after this.
Ask yourself, is your car winterized?
Come on, baby.
Liz, do you remember that time we came back from Roanoke last year?
Yes, I do.
I am so glad that we got our car winterized at Laurel Park Tire. We got the tires and he checked all the fluids. It really does make a difference when you're out in the middle of a storm.
Don't forget those snow tires.
You need to flush your radiator once a year and have it winterized, checked over for the hoses, belts, various odds and ends that need to be checked to make sure it's ready for the winter. We got a new shipment of snow tires will be coming in the first of the month. If you need prices on them, be glad to call you and I'll quote you a price on them.
Why do you need snow tires?
Because during the winter, you got to go. When you got to go, you got to have something other for you to go with, and that's snow tires.
So ask yourself, is your car ready for this winter? If it's not, you need to call Laurel Park Tire.
Don't forget our end of the month brake special, $29.95 on most vehicles. If you need semi-metallic, it's $5 extra.
Magic Night Lingerie.
Magic Night Lingerie. Everything you need to get things started. From practical jokes, teaser games, books, and sexy lingerie.
Magic Night Lingerie.
Magic Night has intimate apparel for both men and women, including plus sizes for women.
Magic Night Lingerie.
Magic Night Lingerie has that perfect fantasy waiting for you. Feeling a little risque or passionate? Use your imagination and treat that someone special with lotions and potions. Wedding plans in the near future? Ooh la la! It's Magic Night Lingerie in Martinsville.
Magic Night Lingerie.
Let me tell you what's new at B&D Motors in Bassett.
Looked around and didn't even realize our own company, the Thor Corporation, were making them. So many people had asked us, Charles, hey, where can I get a camper that I can pull with my little S10, I can pull with my Ranger, I can pull with my little AV or anything, the little Broncos, the little Explorers. All of a sudden we turned around and here it was. They have the Aerolites, the 25-footers, weighs 2,880 pounds on down. They have a fifth wheel, a 25-foot fifth wheel that just weighs 3,540.
Call Richard Bricky at B&D Motors at 629-4777. B&D Motors in Bassett, where they deal.
I'm back.
We are back.
It shows me too calm. We need to hype it up.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I'm wore out, man. You just don't realize.
I'm tired too, man. I had to work yesterday.
But we're going to take some calls. We got some more clips we're going to show. Hello, you're on there.
Hey, Diesel, how you doing?
What's happening, Big Jim?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, man, we're up here getting funked up.
Listen, I got a message for our buddy Dickie that calls in.
Yeah.
They are going to have a pro wrestling 24-hour station, but there's some bad news. It's starting in Japan.
Yeah, they're doing one in Japan, and they're going to do some live stuff over there too.
Yeah, and it's not going to be all just wrestling. It's going to have martial arts and different things. They might have like a Saturday or Sunday night and have all wrestling, and then might have some like I guess the karate and the different things over there.
Well, now there is talk that maybe in the spring that there may be one popping up in the United States too.
Well, let's just hope Vince McMahon don't have nothing to do with it.
I hope. Well, I don't think he will, because to be honest with you, from what I've heard, if they do it, it's going to be all independents.
Right. Well, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
The fellow was asking a while ago about Kurt Hennig.
The reason Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig, I've come to learn different things I've read. A lot of them have these big Lloyds of London contracts on their bodies and stuff, and if they get injured or something, if they come back, they can void their contract and they won't get paid.
Well, that was what happened with Road Warrior Animal. That's why he stayed outside.
This is Robert Roman.
Yeah, right here's somebody you guys hadn't seen much up here in Martinsville is Jammer.
Yeah.
He don't wrestle much out of town, does he?
No, he don't travel much out of the state of North Carolina, but he's
a good wrestler.
He's an AIWF wrestler.
Right.
He's just a part-timer. You know, you've seen him before.
Listen, y'all have a pretty good relationship with the new group that took over the IWA, the one with Cool Stuff Productions.
Really, I couldn't tell you. I mean, you know.
Well, I was just wondering. I mean, they kind of local. I'd like to see a big card of y'all's wrestlers wrestling theirs.
You talking about the IWA?
Yeah.
Well, now I've heard some stories. Okay, I've known Ken Spence for a long time.
Right.
Okay. And matter of fact, I seen him about 2 weeks ago. And you know, I've just heard some rumors, but I'm not going to spread no rumors on this one because it's really, you know, it hits kind of close to home up here. But anyway, I don't much see us in the IWA doing anything simply because being the fact that AIWF and the IWA determined a long time ago that they stay in their part and we stay in our part, and never the two shall meet.
Well, I watched them one day. They got some. I just saw some of their wrestlers look like they had a lot of potential, you know.
Yeah, they've got some talented guys down there.
Well, let me ask you about one big
from
star
here,
that they brought in. They brought in this Bobby Fulton. Used to be one of the Fantastics.
Yeah, I know Bobby Fulton well. He put me into wrestling for quite a few months with a knee injury.
Well, why did he go bad guy or as it was change his ways? He's just like ugly, very ugly.
I really couldn't tell you what Bobby. It's been a while since I've talked to Bobby because I mean after the knee injury,
you don't have nothing to do with him.
Well, yeah, I didn't have a whole lot to do with him. I mean we've spoke some because you know as far as him wanting to try to do some AIWF stuff, but I really haven't seen a lot or heard a lot from Bobby.
Well, what was the big announcement Flair was supposed to make at Charlotte? I didn't hear him say nothing.
I didn't hear him make no announcement. I don't know what the deal was.
Maybe he decided he didn't want to make that announcement. I don't
Exactly.
He did a little jig out there.
Yeah, he's dancing a little bit.
Well, y'all take it easy then, baby.
All right, then. As you can see, they've been showing some stuff from Robert Roma and Jammer down in Mount Airy a few weeks back. Robert Roma.
He's kind of a... What's up with Roma? Is he kind of like something he's sacrificing his career for the TVA now?
Let me tell you something about Robert Roma. What a lot of people has noticed, and it's becoming more and more evident. Robert Roma, all right, you ever seen the little kid who'll go to the playground and pick a fight with somebody because he's got a couple of big brothers? That's Robert Roma. Robert Roma is picking fights with everybody. He pulled a sucker punch on Dynamite Doug with a roll of coins in Mount Airy. Come out of the ring like, oh, my arms hurt, and then pulls out a roll of coins and lays Dynamite Doug out for no reason. Robert Roma's got where he's just attacking people left and right.
I think he
for no reason. He's not. It's random.
The only reason I can think of he would do that, you know, is because of a situation where maybe the title match coming up. And plus, see, I think he wants the fans to hate him. I believe he wants trying so hard. I don't know why.
The thing about it is
his mind is not.
He's picking people at random.
See, that's what I mean.
I mean, he don't care who they are. He's just picking people at random and sucker punch.
It's like he's just having fun. Maybe he's getting out something he's wanted to do ever since he's been to AIWF.
I think what it is, he knows he's got Don Carson and Smiling Diamond Dave back there behind him, and if he can pick whatever fight he wants to, they'll fight it for him.
I got to ask you one question before we get back to a call. Where's that little guy that used to have with him? Little cowboy guy. What happened to him?
I don't know where in the world. No, Jake Wheeler has disappeared.
I'm going to find out what happened to Mr. old Jake Wheeler there.
Hello, you're on there.
Hey, Rick.
Hey.
So Robert Roma's picking fights with everybody, huh?
Robert Roma has, I mean, like I said, this is the best way to describe Robert Roma. Have you ever been like to a playground and there's one little kid that goes around and picks fights with everybody because he knows he's got a couple of big brothers that'll take up for him? That's Robert Roma.
That's kind of like Brian Pillman used to be doing in WWE.
Yeah. Robert Roma's just going around. He don't care who it is. He don't care I mean, it's just random. It's not got no pattern to it. He nails Dynamite Doug with the roll of coins in Mount Airy for no reason. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, Robert don't even care if Dynamite Doug exists. I know Doug don't care if Robert exists, but he comes out with this arm in a sling and he nails Dynamite Doug for no apparent reason. He's done it. He done it several times before. He done it in Smith Grove. I can't remember with who, but he nailed somebody down there, and it's just for no apparent reason. And every time that anybody tries to talk to him, first thing he says is, "No, I'm in a TVA. I can do whatever I want to."
Well, I know he was hitting. He nailed a good old boy down there.
Yeah, and that was who he got down.
And his arm was injured. I mean.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have a question. Since it's been so long since y'all been at the boxing center, is the card still going to be the same when y'all go back?
It may not be.
Because that tournament, y'all were supposed to have matches. Y'all can't wait forever to have a winner.
Yeah, well, I tell you what they did do. They did have a tournament match in Mount Airy between Dynamite Doug and Jumpin' Jimmy.
All right.
They went ahead and had to have that tournament match in Mount Airy. And Dynamite Doug, well, actually, we got clips of that right now. Doug made it into the finals. Doug is in the finals, and now we've just got to wait till either one of the Ghost Riders or Don Carson. Okay, we got the Ghost Riders still have to wrestle each other, and the winner of that has to wrestle Don Carson to see who will take on Dynamite Doug in the finals. And the finals, now, better be right here in Martinsville. That's all I can say.
Maybe we have that on 18th in Bassett.
That would be good. Maybe we can, that's what we should do, is have the finals on the 18th in Bassett.
Didn't the ICW, like, world class, call y'all up one week and talk about, like, having y'all move up there?
Supposedly.
Like yeah, we had a group out of New Jersey that was wanting us to move up there. Plus, we had a group, a corporation out of Texas wanting to buy out the AIWF and move it to Texas, but they have fought off both offers, both attempted takeovers. The AIWF has fought them both off. And the whole woman's thing, they still got women in the offices, and so I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's probably why I got this tree back here behind me.
It's better than the other tree on the other side.
Is Rick Rude in retirement now, or what?
Yeah, Rick Rude is in retirement. Whether he'll come out or not, I couldn't tell you.
But Kurt Hennig, he's going to WCW.
Supposed to be on his way to WCW after the first of the year, maybe as early as February.
All right. On Livewire this morning, they were talking about Hogan, like, talking about him bad. Well, why'd they kiss his tail for 10 years then?
Oh, because he was making the money then.
Money.
I know.
It's all a money thing. They're a bunch of money-grubbing, idea-stealing, low-life pieces of garbage up there. And I don't care if Vince McMahon... Sue me, Vince! I'll take the publicity. I don't care. I'll talk about you like a dog. Your feet probably stink.
And I have to agree with you. I think Piper's going to take Hogan.
Yeah. I said Piper's got too much momentum behind him on this one. Just way too much. He's pumped for this.
This has been building up for a long time.
Yeah, and the fact that Hogan and NWO has attacked Piper so many times, and they just keep adding insult to injury, and that's not something you do to Roddy Piper.
Firing him up.
Exactly.
Get him mad, he'll take you out.
Exactly.
Now, do you think the Giant will take that shot against Hogan? I'd like to see him do it, because he could kick Hogan's tail. I mean, he could take that belt.
I think he will.
I really
honestly
hope he does.
think he will, because the Giant loves titles. He loves them.
Yeah, he's felt that belt around his waist before, and if he gets that opportunity, I think he's going to take it.
Exactly. Now, see, here's Jimmy and Dynamite Doug. Now, watch. Now, did you see? Okay, look here.
Now, what's up with Rick Luster interfering in everybody's match?
Rick Luster runs in and gives Jimmy a neck breaker.
Remember him and Neil Leathers got into it for a while.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Him and Neil Leathers got into it down at I don't know. It's just
make
really
any
odd.
sense.
The AIWF has turned into like this big I don't know, this drive-by gang war zone. It's what it's turning into. And it's like everybody is attacking everybody else. They don't need a reason. It's like everybody's picking this turf, okay? And here you see Rick Luster causes Jumpin' Jimmy to lose his advancement into the...
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, did you see
some
that?
women coming on.
Hey, we'll show some clips of that, too. We had women wrestling down at Mount Airy at our last show. That is, y'all remember Fantasia?
Yeah.
Well, there she is. That's Fantasia taking on the Nasty Angel.
Right.
Now, the Nasty Angel's from New Jersey. Fantasia's from Maryland. And they both come down for the last show we had in Mount Airy. That was the same night. They were on the card the same night that the bodybuilder Johnny Lee was there. So.
Did they wrestle each other?
Who? Nasty Angel and Fantasia wrestled each other. We tried to get an interview with Fantasia about all this Charles stuff up here, but she wouldn't.
That'd be a good match. Fantasia and Johnny
evidently,
Lee.
her little sexual harassment lawsuit didn't go too far in the courts, if you know what I'm saying.
So y'all have already had that Joni Lee versus Brad. You can have another men's versus women's, Charles versus Fantasia.
That would be pretty wild.
But I don't know if Charles would get in the ring with her.
I wish you could, man, I'm telling you, if this wasn't TV, I could get away with showing you the, oh, you just don't know, man, what we couldn't show on TV from that Joni Lee versus Bad Brad match.
I heard that she got a hold of his privates in one part of that match.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. She wouldn't let go for like 3 or 4 minutes. He was trying to get away from her. She was dragging him across the ring.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, who won this match? Y'all gonna say the whole thing?
Actually, this match was declared a no contest because if you can see over in the far side of the ring there, that's Nasty Angel's bodyguard, the Guardian Angel. And there was somehow he got a chained Nasty Angel. The chain come in play. Both women ended up using it, and the referee, Don Hopkins, he just declared the whole thing a no contest. He got way out of control.
I got a question. When the NWO is like all finished, are they just all going to become a part of WCW or what?
I'll say that once the NWO falls apart, which you know it's going to.
I know.
Everything's been going too good for too long. When Sting, I'm telling you, Sting is setting them up, man. He's setting them up so bad.
Look who they're bringing in though now. They're getting lower and lower with the talent level. You've got
Sting is setting them up so bad, and when this falls apart, you know they're going to all come crawling to WCW. Please give me a job.
They got Mr. Wall Street now, who has not won a match against high-level competition in a while.
He hasn't won a match against hardly nobody in a while.
Marcus Bagwell, who is a good wrestler, but he's not NWO caliber.
No.
Did you hear about Harlem Heat going to WWF?
No, I haven't heard.
I heard that they were going to WWF, but I mean, who do they got to wrestle over there?
The only team that WWF had was the Smoking Guns. Now they're broke up.
Oh, Bulldog and Owens. That's about it.
That ain't gonna last.
I'll tell you, that new team.
That will not last. I look for Bulldog and Owens to lose the belts this weekend.
That new team of Dan Crawford and Doug Forness, they're a good tag team.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
The ones from Japan. But besides that, I mean, I don't think they're gonna make it in WWF because they don't act big enough clowns.
Ow!
She is a nasty angel. Look
She's
at that.
pretty mean. I'm telling you.
Did you hear that Randy Savage might retire?
He needs to.
I heard that WWF was like swamping him with calls and it didn't want nothing to do with him because.
Well, they made a lot of fun of him not long ago. You know what I'm saying?
Probably big reason.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't go back neither. He doesn't need it. I mean.
No, he don't need it. He's made enough money in his life. Hey, Randy, kick back, relax, eat a few Slim Jims, put your feet up, watch television.
You remember Bruno Sammartino's son, like
David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he wants to get into WCW.
There may be a possibility, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, see you later.
All right, man. Haven't heard nothing about him. I haven't heard nothing
I
about
neither.
him.
I wonder if he's retired or.
I don't know. But now we've been showing some clips from Nasty Angel and Fantasia. That was a heck of a match. Like I said, it was. The referee just threw the whole thing out, said no contest, chains involved, women scratching and clawing. That's something that the AIWF has been trying to do for quite some time is help the women in the sport of professional wrestling. We've been trying to help them advance their careers. We've been letting them come into the AIWF, which we're working with the Professional Girl Wrestling Association, the PGWA Special Events Incorporated, and bringing the women wrestlers to the spotlight in this sport, and we'll continue to do that. So if you like the women wrestling, call in and let us know.
Well,
we'll get more of it.
One thing I will give this guy credit, I like the way he runs his organization. You don't see a bunch of farmers' daughters and, you know what I mean, act like clowns, I guess.
Exactly. Hello, you're on the air.
Morning, Rick. How you doing?
What's happening?
I had this catalog like these remote control cars. They got that WCW race car in there.
Yeah.
That thing is pretty cool. You ought to get you one of them messing around with that thing.
Right around the studio.
7.5-inch wheelbase. It's pretty good. But anyway, I was going to ask you, what's your favorite finishing move now?
My favorite finishing move?
Yeah.
I'd have to say anything that Rey Mysterio does. Because Rey Mysterio Jr. is like, to be as small as he is, he's unbelievable. I've not really got a finishing move.
I like the diamond cutter myself.
Yeah, all right, there you go. I love that move. The diamond cutter is probably one of the most awesome moves in the sport right now.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. I just don't have a finishing move. Maybe I want to get me one.
Well, you don't want to be too predictable, I mean.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's one
That's
thing.
what I like about the diamond cutter, because diamond does pay. You can put it on like in 1,000 different positions.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I've always prided myself with, is being different from everybody else. And I guess that's why I just don't continuously use the same finishing move. It also, once you get to where you use the same finishing move all the time, then, you know, like you said, you're too predictable.
Kind of like Hulk Hogan.
Exactly. Diversify, man. That's what you got to do. Hello, you're on the air.
I am a friend of King Cobra's. He told me to give you this message. I have 7.5 ways to pin you.
Okay. Yeah, what's the half?
7.5 ways to pin you. You
Well,
have to figure this out.
Okay.
Just remember 7.5.
7.5.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a Conjure number.
I don't know, unless it might be King Cobra's shoe size. Hello, you're on the air.
How you doing, Diesel?
What's happening?
WCW's really getting, I don't know, they getting into Kevin Sullivan's private life. I guess him and woman is married in real life.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. All right, WCW has they've become the type of organization that can really, I mean, they want anything. You know what I'm saying?
Exploit anything.
Yeah, they'll exploit anything to get ratings. Kevin Sullivan's right about that. They tried it with Randy Savage and Elizabeth. Randy Savage turned his back on them and left. Now they're going into Kevin Sullivan. That may be a wrong move.
Well, I read an article here a while back that woman was going to leave the Horseman camp and go over to the Dungeon of Doom. Wonder what happened there. Did it fall through, or what happened?
Evidently, it did. Now, you are right. I will not deny it, because you know that I've always been straight up with everybody in this business. All right, all the fans, I won't lie to you. Yes, Kevin Sullivan and woman are married in real life, but evidently that marriage is kind of on the rocks right now, because she's out here zipping around the world with Chris Benoit.
Right. And Dustin Rhodes' wife used to be she was somebody's manager or something.
Dustin Rhodes' wife used to be Alexandra York.
Yeah,
she had Thomas Rich and Richard Morton and Michael Rotundo. Yeah, which now Dustin Rhodes' wife is his manager in WWF now.
Well, I tell you one thing, if I was his wife, the way that idiot is acting, I wouldn't let anybody know it.
Hey, she's making a fortune too. She's making the money too. I would just like to have been her plastic surgeon.
Well, I don't deny that. Anybody sitting out there, I guess, would. But, like I say, I found that pretty interesting that Kevin Sullivan would let WCW get into his private life like that,
Mark Merrow's married to Sable.
One thing about it, that there's not a whole lot Kevin Sullivan can do about it, as long as they don't cross lines. Because what's going on between him and woman right now is news.
Right.
It is wrestling news.
Let me ask you one question. Whatever happened to old Blackjack Mulligan? He done retired.
He's retired and living the high life, last I heard, in Florida.
I think Barry Windham's getting reincarnated now.
Wyndham came back to the WWF as what, the loner or something, I don't know, lone wolf or something like that.
Yeah, well, he's, right
looks
now
like
he's the stalker.
Yeah, the stalker, yeah. And, as Dick Murdoch, he retired.
Yeah, Dick Murdoch's retired.
Okay, I just want to say that about old Kevin Sullivan.
Dick Murdoch's dead.
That him and woman were married in real
I guess
life.
he is retired. Yeah, Dick Murdoch died.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Glad you reminded me of that.
Like I said,
I got a bad head cold.
I know what you mean. He's retired.
Woman and Sullivan are married in real life, so
yeah.
I just couldn't believe, like I say, that they were hiring something like that, a man's personal business.
Hey, that's one thing about it. When you get in this business, your life is public. There's not a whole lot you can keep from the public, because once you're in the public eye, they want to know everything that goes on with your life.
Right. I like old Kevin Sullivan. He's one of to be no bigger than he is.
He's a tough old rat, ain't he?
Wrestler out there.
He is.
I like old Sullivan. He can dish it out and he can take it.
He's like the Energizer Rabbit too. He just keeps going on.
Yeah, he just keeps going and going and going.
But if I don't talk to y'all fellas no more, y'all have a nice Christmas and happy New Year.
You too. Thank you a whole lot.
Bye-bye.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Rick, I heard y'all talking talking about a woman and Kevin Sullivan. I heard them that they were going to get a divorce.
Well, that's the way things are looking. Well, in my opinion, all right, if Kevin Sullivan don't divorce her the way she's zipping around the world with Chris Benoit, then he's got a serious problem.
Yeah.
I would fax her the divorce papers yesterday.
Well, look how she acted in ECW when she was with the Sandman, too. I mean,
that is true.
It's probably been building for quite a while, I'd imagine.
Yeah, all right. I just thought I'd tell you I heard that.
Thanks a lot, man.
Okay.
She hadn't been with Kevin Sullivan in a while, really.
Exactly. Now, you've seen we've been showing some clips of just one of the matches with Neil Leathers and King Cobra trying their best to do something with the Ghost Riders. Bless their heart.
I mean, they're a good tag team.
I'll say it right off. I'll just flat tell you like it is. Neil Leathers and King Cobra as a tag team didn't jive. Okay? Now, you heard the guy call in earlier that said Neil Leathers is coming back with a whole new game plan. Well, evidently that don't include King Cobra because Neil Leathers is gone.
But I mean, they're good singly, but you put them together.
Yeah, King Cobra does real good in singles. Neil Leathers, he was
they
a
had
referee.
Their moments.
Man. He was a referee, man. You can't expect him to come into wrestling and step in the ring to wrestle a match and have a chance.
I'll tell you what, I noticed in the big cage match too, when the TVA did the big super clothesline, like the Road Warrior thing.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody likes to pick on Neil Leathers too, like, you know.
Well, he's new. When you're new, and I mean, plus he was a referee, and he made a lot of enemies as a referee. Okay, now if he's gonna make it in this business as a wrestler, then what he's gonna have to do is he's gonna have to get out of the referee frame of mind. He's gonna have to train. He's gonna have to work hard. He's gonna have to make himself a wrestler. He can't expect to step out of referee uniform this week, go into a wrestler's uniform the next week, and expect to excel.
Why would you start a tag team and your first match is against the tag team champion?
Well, that was not their fault. That was not Neil Leathers' fault. I give him credit for that. King Cobra signed the contract for those.
Maybe that's the problem. King Cobra wasn't thinking though. You know what I'm saying?
Now, King Cobra was greedy. He sucked Neil Leathers into this. Maybe that's why Neil. That's why Neil Leathers has decided he don't want to be a part of King Cobra no more because he got sucked into this whole thing with the Ghost Riders.
King Cobra is not a good team player. I mean, look, it didn't work out with the Militias, not working out with Neil Leathers.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey.
Hey.
About time I got in touch with you.
Hey, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, right. You're sitting there talking to Eddie, you won't answer the phone.
Well, I am sorry, but we was talking about this Neil Leathers King Cobra thing. I still got I'm carrying your tape with me. I've had it for 3 weeks.
I know that.
Tape in your house for me.
All right, I am. I am, you know I am.
I know you are, man.
Always do.
You're my man.
How you feel out we're not going to be up here at the Boxing Center?
No, we haven't figured it out yet. We may not. Right now, the only open date we've got till February is January 11th. So if we don't get that one, a week from then and on the 18th, we're going to be in Bassett anyhow.
You know, it would be cool if we could get that show and then have like a follow-up show in Bassett.
That would be real good. Oh, man, we're in Mount Airy on the 28th. We're in Elkin, North Carolina on January 4th.
Elkin.
We've got an open date on January 11th. The 18th, we're in Bassett. The January 25th, we're back in Mount Airy. And then February 1st, we're back in Smith Grove. The AIWF ain't doing nothing but exploding, man.
Who are you wrestling in Bassett? Do you know yet?
The card hasn't been made up yet. I know I've got Major Havoc in 2 weeks.
For the newly
for the
created
TV title.
TV belt.
You think you're going to beat
ladder
him?
Match.
You think you're going to beat him?
Well, I've had more experience in ladder matches than Major Havoc has, okay? I've been in a couple. He's never been in one.
Well, Havoc is...
I've got an advantage right there.
Havoc's he's bigger than you, so that's kind of going to hold it against him, too.
I got one thing to say. I think everybody needs to come to Mount Airy to watch y'all wrestle.
Hey, you was there at the last one, man.
Yep.
I would like to
be there.
Yeah, you was there at the last one, and David told me after the show, he said, man, it's so much different here than at the Boxing Center. Because, I mean, you've got no limitations, because everybody knows that been at the Boxing Center. The ceiling's a little low. It grounds some of the high flyers. But in Mount Airy, we go hog wild.
That's why we want to push this Bassett show, too.
What's the deal? What's the deal with Jimmy now?
Jimmy...
I know, that's a good question. I don't know what's going on with Jimmy either.
I got to bring that interview with Jimmy, okay? Jimmy in Mount Airy, okay, come to the aid of me. Actually, there really wasn't no aid to come to because me and Brian and Brad had the match. All right, we had
Smith Grove too.
We had the Mercenaries, the Unknown Soldier, Major Breckenridge, Major Havoc. You know, we was wrestling them. Jimmy comes out of the stands, pow! Unknown Soldier down, 1, 2, 3. Brian pins him. Yeah, Jimmy has come back into the family.
Yeah, you know whose seat he stole, don't you?
Who's that? Did he take your chair, man?
He stole my chair.
Well, I'm telling you, Jimmy's back with us. Jimmy, he come to me after the show, and he told me, he said, man, it's family. He said, they brought in this Unknown Soldier. He said, I was okay with it as long as it was 3-on-3. He said, when they brought in this Unknown Soldier, that give them one up on me, Brian, and Brad.
Yeah.
And Jimmy just wasn't going to sit around
It's him and Brad now. Are they like getting along, or are they just kind of not talking to each
Everything's
other?
cool, man. Everything's cool. I mean, to be honest with you, when me and Brian done what we did to Jimmy after he lost the U.S. title, that was the end of it. There was no feud because we didn't want a feud. We haven't had a whole lot to say to Jimmy, but we don't hate Jimmy. Jimmy's back with us. He's back in the family. We've got it all.
Now, I'll tell you a good tag team now that we bring this up. I like to see Jimmy and Bad Brad tag team.
That would be awesome.
Even though they're lightweights, they fly around the ring.
Jimmy's wrestling Butch Steele in Mount Airy on the 28th, and
Ought to be a
Brian
good
is
match.
wrestling Major Breckenridge for the U.S. belt.
Who was that new tag team?
Cyclone and the Black Knight.
One of the
Is that the ones you're talking about?
Yeah.
Are they not huge?
They're real huge.
Are they not awesome? About 6'4", 280 pounds, 290 pounds apiece. It's like the second coming of Doom. That's kind of what I call them.
Yeah, you said something about Butch Reed comes to WWF.
Yeah, I've heard that he is.
When?
I don't know for
It says,
sure.
I wonder what
I've
he'll
just
call
heard that he
himself.
is. I heard that he's coming, and he's negotiating with Farouk to join his nation of.
By the way, that Farouk name, Assad, whatever, I've seen that in an old comic book. That's where you got it out of a comic book.
He fits right in WWE.
I'm not lying to you. I can't remember what comic book I seen it in.
Them two guys that sing for Farouk.
That's PG-13. Yeah, PG-13 from USWA.
They still wrestling USWA, ain't they?
Probably, I'm sure they are. They either doing PG-13 or the Cyberpunks, one or the other.
I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I'm gonna get off here, Rick.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
I might see y'all, man, there.
Hey, be there, man. It's gonna be wild. Big ladder match, lumberjack strap match.
We got 1 minute left.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Rick.
All right, man. Yeah, we're winding it down.
Yeah.
We got about
I'll
a
tell you
minute
what,
left.
I got one more message I want to leave to everybody.
You go for it.
Right now, I'm doing the announcing thing and everything. That's fine. But I'm looking into bringing a guy. Well, he's already here. I'm looking into managing the guy here in AIWF. I'll let everybody know about it in the next couple of weeks.
So, Eddie,
me and him's got to get things worked out.
Now you dropped this on us with 45 seconds left of the show that you're thinking about.
I didn't want to leave
doing some
anybody
managing.
hanging, you know.
Oh, you don't leave nobody hanging, so you... Okay.
I'm not on the phone, you know what I mean?
Okay, I understand.
Just keep on watching, and you'll
Maybe we'll
find out.
see Eddie doing some managing in the future. Anyway, I'm Rick Diesel. This is Eddie Wilson. We out of here. We'll see you next week. More clips, maybe some more happenings. Big show in Mount Airy on the 28th. Heavyweight title lumberjack strap match. Me and Major Havoc going for the new TV title ladder match. It's going to be awesome. So if you make it, be there. Bassett on January 18th. That'll be a good one too. We'll see you there. We'll see you back here next week.
Cool.